Hey guys, I'm Jayce. Welcome back to Farmstead Forge. Today we are working on one of my post vise from my post vise video. So this one needs a spring and a mounting bracket. It's in really nice shape. So today I'm actually going to split this video up into two videos. I'm going to show how to forge a spring. I'll probably clean this up with a wire wheel. And it's got some welding bubbles on top I'll carefully take off. I don't want to do a bunch of grinding, but I probably won't show much of that. I'm going to focus on the spring in this video. And I'll probably build some jaw protectors for it. In the next video, we will forge all the hardware. So let's run out to my spring stash and see what we got. Now, you don't have to have a spring for this. You can use mild steel if you don't have access to a spring. Alright, what do we have? All these guys are pretty thick. Look, that guy's got the little tabs on them. They would almost work, but they're way too wide. I don't want a thick spring because I want to be able to do this one-handed. These guys, those guys they're a little wide. Let's check you guys like my iron pile? Look at all the sucker rod just waiting to be turned into tongs and hardies. But getting off topic, you guys thought I was organized. Alright, let's go over here. I got one more stash that I like. It's probably a little better option. Alright, some buggy springs. Oh man, those are almost perfect, but I kind of hate to cut them up. Oh, that guy is perfect. A little thicker than I would like. I think I can make this little guy work. Since this guy has a nice ornate thing, let me use this end. I don't need a bunch, but I might cut this off right in here to make it a little thicker. And then we need to forge a step on there so we have a lip for a runner for going around here so that our spring doesn't slip off. I probably wouldn't have had to do this on this one. I could have just curled these in, but we're going to show you how to do it so we can do it right. Things first, I want to create a step. That off just a little bit. Anytime you're working with springs, make sure you don't let it get too cold or it's going to crack, so you have to throw it back in. I don't need much. I don't want to get this too thin. It's cold enough I shouldn't beat on it, but I just have my little wings where I want them. Just one more cleanup and I'll have it. I got those about where I want them for this vise. I don't need much. If you have a big, thick vise, you have to forge quite a bit more in. And actually, when I do this when off camera, I use my power hammer for all of this. Alright, so I want a little bit of a gap down here so I have room, obviously, to play. I don't want the spring bottoming out on there, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of room. Right here is where my hardware is going to end. Now I don't want to just cut it off there so I can bolt it. I'm going to need a little bit more room because I'm going to need to put a little bit of stretch in the spring. And I want to bend this right here so it's out just a little bit over my hardware. Because I've seen ones that aren't, and then if your hardware ever stretches and gets loose and the spring falls out, and then that's why a lot of them are missing the spring. So we're going to put it right here where we want it. We'll cut it off right in here, and we'll bend this over, and I'll show you a neat little way that we can mark this so it folds and it doesn't get off on us. This is where my hardware ends. And this is where I want to cut it off. Get it nice and straight. We'll cut this off here, we'll mark it here. We can take a fuller or half round, probably something even a little smaller, and we'll put the slightest little spot right here, hot, weaken it, not weaken it, but put a little fuller line in there so then when we heat it up we can bend this tab over, and all this needs to do is to hold it. That's not really a strength issue, but it'll just be easier to bend this in without all this distorting on us. I'm going to want that really hot when we go to bend it so we don't crack it. may need to do a little more adjusting to this once we build our bracket, because once this folds in, this is going to want to tip down. So need just a little bit longer angle on that. Alright, I think I like that a little bit better. We might have to play with it just a little bit once we build our mounting brackets. Now you just want to let this air cool. You don't need to temper them, but just make sure that you're done pounding on it when you let it air cool. You didn't pound on it. So if you pounded on it, throw it back and forth, get it hot, and then let it air cool. Hey guys, I hope you liked this video of forging this spring. In our next video, we are going to forge all the hardware for this. It's nice to have some jaw protectors so you're not digging up your jaws with a hacksaw and stuff like that, especially this one because it's still in pretty nice shape. You'll notice that I marked front and back on the top of the jaw protectors, and that's just more because these are old hand-forged vices, and once those jaw protectors fit nice, it's just nice to keep them. You're not struggling if you're in a hurry. I'm going to go ahead and wire wheel this whole thing up so that when it's all said and done and we finish it out, you won't even know that pieces have been forged for it. Stay tuned and we'll catch you in the next one.